Craig, looking at your stat line the other night, you have to be pleased, no turnovers, 1 foul, and I know those have been kind of problems for you. Do you feel like you're figuring something out?
Yeah, I'm getting comfortable. I've been working on it in practice.
Well, what do you work on in particular? What do you think's helped you?
Staying in front of the ball, not reaching, and like as far as turnovers, I just take care of the ball.
Rick said that you have a tendency when things go bad just to put your head down and drive to the basket, and maybe that leads to some bad things happening. Is that something you're trying to work on?
Yeah, I got to work on that too. I be feel like we down, so like I be trying to make plays.
Competitiveness just takes over a little bit.
Yeah.
But is the way you play just inevitably going to lead to some turnovers because you just have to be so aggressive out there?
Yeah, sometimes it be like that. Then sometimes we trying to find him, and he don't jump to get the ball.
Gavin, is there an issue with this team just all the last couple of games of just not feeling like you guys can get anything positive going and just and Coach Gray said you walked into the floor against Florida and just didn't think you guys could win.
Yes, sir. I mean, this one thing Coach pointed out is like when we had won the first two SEC games, and then we lost the second, the next two. He was like, we was going back to our old habits, the way we played early on in the season. And he was like, now's not the time because we're in SEC play to go back to those same habits. We got to, just build upon what we already know, and I mean, just progress. And as the Florida game, there was a little speculation that Florida was better than us. But I mean, we still had to come out and play, give our best ability and just leave it out there on the court.
Coach Ray, after the game, said the word selfish. What did he share with you guys after the game specifically that he wanted you guys to correct that showed maybe a little bit of selfishness off?
It's the way our agenda is. It's the way the way we carry ourselves on and off the court. So, I mean, as players, we got to come together. Just players only. We got to come together, and find that chemistry again that we had when we won those first two SEC games. So, I mean, as far as selfishness, I mean, it's selfishness in all of us. But I mean, we just have to just put it out on the table and just learn from it, just build from it.
This is for Craig too. Do you just feel like things are just being rushed, and that's what led to some things offensively?
Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize that we being selfish. But like Coach pointed out to us, and sure that we have been doing some selfish things on the court.
Rick said this is a really big week for y'all because you got 2 home games. They look on paper like winnable games. And how much can things kind of hinge on how you do this week?
Yeah, we will be able, to work on stuff in practice, get better, and scout and do the recruiting process. Do the scouting report and stuff.
Yeah.
So these are 2 winnable games, as Coach said. So all we have to do is just believe in that, and believe in ourselves and our team. Yeah. Just trusting one another, to get it done.
Same question for you, Craig. Just how big a week this is with 2 home games that it looks like on paper y'all could win.
Well, like any game could be like that, but it's the way we approach it.
Gavin, watching y'all, even when you fall behind and maybe the game's, it's at a recent point, it still seems like y'all are putting the same effort into it at the end as you are at the start.
Listen, we sometimes we don't, put as much effort in as in like the beginning and the end. So, I think of it as like at the beginning, we tend to, become relaxed just because we're missing the state. We think we're going to win the game. Then at the end, when we got ourselves in a deep hole, we try to, just grind it out. Like Coach said, just grind it out, keep fighting. But one thing, that I need to work on is like, trying to just help my team, just stay on top, not trying to find that hole, because that's when we tend to get down at in the game. Like once they get like a 10-0 run, and then we get down. So I just want to just enable that in myself, to help my team out. So we can just keep the same motivation throughout the whole duration of the game.
Craig, how big is it to get Gavin the ball early, just because it looked like at halftime, and Coach said it, he was 3 for 3 from the field at halftime, and So why isn't he 8 for 8? You know, why doesn't he get the ball more?
Really, sometimes he don't be posting hard. Just sometimes, but he
Right.
do be posting hard sometimes. Like the first half, he be posting hard, so we want to get him the ball, like open our game up, mostly because they'll start trapping him.
You find like sometimes when the game's kind of at a real brisk pace, like it was early in the game against Florida, you just find yourself forgetting to look for him.
Well, he ain't that. Like I think yeah, sometimes it's like that, but yeah, sometimes he'll be posting.
Gavin, do you feel like you learned anything going against the Florida big men?
Oh yes, sir. I mean, that was a tough challenge. You know, we had 2 big body SEC guys. You know, and you know I had to instead of normally blocking out a skinny, just tall, lanky guy. You know, he had some muscle to him. So you know, I had to man up. You know, suck it up. And, you know, any bruises he gave me to the chest, you know, to the back, head, I just had to suck it up and just keep playing. Because if I knew I would have been out, I mean, that would have, you know, been a minus for the team. So, you know, I just had to suck it up and just keep playing.
Every game, y'all tend to have a 5 or 6 minute drought, and then sometimes a couple offensively. Does it become a mental thing where you almost expect it and you have to kind of overcome that?
Yes, sir. I mean, in any game that always probably gonna happen. So, I mean, you know, we just have to, you know, just try to overcome it. I mean, you know, just try to get looks inside and out.
Yeah.
If something not working inside for me, when they throw the ball inside, I just pop it back out to the guards. We get shot, they'll drive, we get fouled. If something not working outside, you know, we get the ball in. You know, we try to score inside and out.
Craig, just how much focus do you think this game you guys have to have on Turner? And I mean, I'm sure even without even watching tape on him, you've heard of what he's been able to do, and obviously Kentucky scoring too.
What time on
A&M.
Oh, I ain't really watching none of A&M games this year, so I really don't know what to expect.
So you haven't heard of Turner and what he's been doing?
No.
Okay.